season coming out real. Like you been to hold me, I'ma check my feel. You claim to be a genius, man, you can't fight it. You might flip a script, but you know you didn't write it. I'm coming up at you really old school like Houdini. The ibbity-bibbity bop, I boom boom like Mancini. Feed me, hip-hop, exotic like Kiwi. I got more power than the Rangers on the TV. Jumping on the track, spinning, flipping, then I dismount. My styles are more free than the 5-finger discount. Lift me in your mind and pass me the brain shovel. I'm thinking very all my mentals into your level with the boom boom bitty-bitty bop to the bang. If you swing your thing with the gang, you can hang. Come and ride with me and the nocturnal crew. To the old school for the deja vu. I whip a track in hands with more jazz in Utah. Deeper like a tuba, dive into it like a scuba. After my style change, game will remain. Rhyming to the day I need Big Daddy's cane. I'm sick of New Jacks trying to compete. I go put on my Pumas and watch Beat Street. But I'ma let them know cause my soul's full of mischief. Even your moms will say, damn, the kid's sweet. A lot of rappers coming out harder than rugby. That's cool as long as you respect BDB and W.
A good baker isn't afraid to get his hands dirty. Eric Hatcher is serving up vengeance, one slice at a time. The Punisher mixes with Gordon Ramsay in this deliciously horrifying slasher comic. Eric Hatcher's family is slaughtered, his bakery ruined, his body and mind broken, but he still has his hunger for revenge. This is no joke.
All that I ask is love. All that I want is you. And I swear by all the stars, I'll be forever true.
Hi everyone, It's me! I know. I'm disappointed too. Anyway, I know it's been a while, and my bangs are a problem, but we will try and deal with that. Whoa. My camera's like... yeah, so, it's been a while. Hey everyone, how's it going? Shorter stream tonight, but what I have to say is very important. It's so important that I did my hair. My audio's blown out. Oh no, and I already used my best jokes. Let me check out my audio. Using the right microphone. Is it really bad? Is it bad? Is my microphone... Is it broken? Oh my god. I mean, it's like a 14-year-old microphone, so I wouldn't be surprised. But, yeah. Let's see. Let me see the chat. Let me know, chat, what you think of the audio, if it's okay. I don't know how to fix it, so hopefully it's just, who said it was blown out? Hopefully it's just, some person's problem and nobody else's. Felix, of course, Saying Hale. And 25 hours ago, I was going to be live in 25 hours. If you can believe that. And there's receipts. Mo Biggs, of course. Hail Mo. And there's me too. I'm there. SP, what's up? Rumble-a-roo, how's it going? Been a while. My Australian accent has not gotten any better. You'd think it would. And yet, my brain is not a sponge. It's not. I think I already know everything that I'll ever know. Like and sub, please. I'd appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. I don't know why I'm trying to do voices. I can't. I gotta stop. I just have to stop. Casper is finally public domain. Is it? I wouldn't know. But whoa! Okay. I just dropped like everything. Hold on. Oh god, I did it again. Okay, that's cool. Nothing. Tra-la-la. I am together. I have it all put together. I have my candles going. Very cool. Smell nice. Make it nice and chill. The thing of it is, though, someone used every single lighter in my house while he was here, and so except one, the one that I found in the back of a drawer like 2 minutes before this was supposed to start. And wow. I was very nervous because I was like, oh no, what am I going to do without my candles that you can't see because my head's in the way. There we go. So yeah, also, I almost burned myself like an idiot while I was lighting the candles backwards. Like, you guys have no clue exactly how accident prone that I am. I am the chick in the crappy rom-com, which is part of why I hate them, because I hate mirrors. Anyway. Yeah, so, and, well, because of that, one of those candles only has 2 wicks lit, because I didn't want to burn myself. Sorry. I'm guessing you'll start with that Mary Shelley's mom was a feminist or a suffragist or something. No! Because Mary Shelley's mom died very early in her life. She did not know her mom. It's worse. Her dad was a male feminist. I know. Terrible. Almost worse than a female feminist, usually. Congratulations on the marriage. Thank you very much. I wonder where Dean is. Me too. How's Eggbeater coming along? I just got some images that I posted on Twitter, like last week, I think, that look pretty funny. I think after this current 4 pages, because I have him do it in 4-page sets, there's only 4 left to finish on his end after that. And then he'll send all of them to me, where I have some stuff I'm going to do to them aside from lettering. For people who got the draw in tier, I think it was 3 or 4 people. Only one has sent me pictures for your face. So if I'll send emails out again. I've sent them twice, but I really, really need those pictures so that we can actually have you drawn in. That would be ideal. Also, I have the spoons and the coasters that I'm gonna wood burn. And that was actually a thing I wanted to ask. If people, I tried to draw the cross pins to wood burn it, but it looked weird and terrible. So are people okay just with egg? I couldn't fit the whole word on there because these are kind of small spoons. And I didn't want it to write Eggbeater like in little tiny lame letters. I wanted it to be a little more exciting. So are people okay with just egg? Is that okay? Or should I have someone like design something? That's why I haven't done it yet, because I wanted to ask what people thought. It's just, these are really small. This is like 1 inch by 2 inches spoon. On the coasters, I think I'll have someone else draw the crosspins and then I'll do the wood burning, because I just can't draw them. I don't know what it is. I love the crosspins. I've tried to draw them. I just can't. I'm not good at it. You're not as pale as a ghost. Did you accidentally get a tan? A couple months ago, I did get a sunburn. I wouldn't be surprised if it was stubborn. Don't remind me of my trauma. Anyway, sounds muffly. Sounds weird. The Peach State, Georgia. I haven't seen a single peach, walking or otherwise. Hold on, you sound happier. What happened? I am happy. You can't blame Dean for using all the lighters. There's no access to crack in Australia. I wouldn't know. I've been out of the loop for a bit. When did you get married? And congratulations. Recently! And thank you. Oh my gosh. What is this problem? Okay. Yeah, so hey everybody, how's it going? Thank you for tuning in. Please share this around because I believe it's really important. Like, no joke. Oh my god. Flying Feline. Well, cool, thanks, Flying Feline. My bangs are gonna make me insane. Nobody cares about your bangs, Howie. Anyway, check out these cute, adorable, little tiny Liquid Death cans. They make me feel like a giant, because usually the cans are twice. But they made little versions, which is good, because I have little hands. So it's... Hey, I actually did get water on this book. See, when it actually happens, I'll say it happened. Anyway, I shouldn't wink because Dean tells me I'm not good at it. But I tried. Anyway, yeah, use my code for $5 off Liquid Death merch. It's pretty sick. They have fun stuff. Need to get my straw. Anywho, Frankenstein, by Mary Shelley. We all know Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. What will the boys and Little Death Engineering, Liquid Death Engineering? I know. 3 cans and a little late. I only have 2. I need 3. Yeah. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Hopefully you've read the book. If you haven't, I recommend it. It's one of my favorites next to everything that Oscar Wilde ever wrote, because obviously he is the superior writer of that era. Anyone can tell you that who has a brain. Often compared to Dracula, the only reason that I could see that being the case is because it has letters in it. Like, it's written as though you're reading people's letters that they're writing to each other in parts. And there's a lot of description of, like, countryside. But other than that, that's where the similarities end. And I personally think that, and I've talked about this before, the concept of vampires and the concept of werewolves are only comparable because vampires are immature and lustful and werewolves are maturing. But I can talk about that at another time. Frankenstein is a little different though, because it's much more when you're just reading it at face level, which I usually prefer, because I think the whole symbolism thing was kind of shoved down our throats for nefarious purposes, but that's also for another time. If you read it at face level, you know, it's just this scary tale of a mad scientist and his creature. But if you know about Mary Shelley's life, there's a little bit more to it. In my opinion, I guess, you know, don't sue me, Mary, but for real. It's called Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus, and I really do think it can be reinterpreted as a nefarious thought throwing, as an allegory for the effects of feminism on society specifically, with Victor Frankenstein standing in for the enlightened man who perhaps naively brings about this change, and the monster represents the negative effects of feminism. I don't really like Dracula's struggle to read the book. I don't like it either, honestly. It's not very good. It's boring. I understand that it was positive, maybe not positive, was an influential on horror and literature at large, but I think it's boring and immature. Oscar Wilde went to gay for indecent acts of homosexuality. That's like sentencing someone to life in the donut shop for excess gluttony. Well, I try not to think about that when I'm reading his stuff. Yes, I'm streaming, Shifty. Do you mean Modern Pygmalion? No. Modern Prometheus. Goal? Okay. The Modern Prometheus. Bringer of Lights, I think? Fire? My nail is breaking. Anyway. So, my interpretation presents Victor Frankenstein as a kind father who father figure who creates the monster out of a desire for advancement and creativity. Just in general, the masculine desire to make something. Sorry, this was going to drive me crazy because my nail kept catching on stuff. Okay, one way to understand this conduct is as the introduction of feminist principles into a patriarchal society, which I think is just the default, but again, another story. So this monster created by Victor is not intrinsically bad. Rather, it becomes a destructive force through society. Not even the rejection of society, like just society and human nature. And its own, strange hubris. So likewise, when feminist principles are launched into a culture, they encounter opposition, they encounter hostility, and it has unforeseen ties. Not undeservedly. He could also be a golem. I guess. I don't know much about that, though. So in this allegory, the monsters for the disruptive and ultimately disastrous impacts of feminism on social systems. So his initial curiosity and need for connection are similar to those of feminist groups, which aimed to further integrate women into society at large. Specifically, the parts of society that were, what do they call it? Male-dominated. For a reason, obviously, but they're too stupid, so. However, the monster's increasing resentment of aggression as a reflection of feminist movement's radicalization and the resulting are a reflection, not as. My notes are kind of crazy. Of feminist movement's radicalization and the resulting social unrest. So when in the novel, I haven't actually seen very many Frankenstein movies, but in the novel, the monster murders Victor's little brother and frames Justine, who is a family friend, and ultimately kills Victor Frankenstein's bride. The monster illustrates how extreme feminist beliefs can cause social norms and conventional family structures to collapse. Victor's excitement for his creation quickly gives way to fear and remorse after seeing the monster's devastation. But not totally after, right? Because he's immediately freaked out the second he creates it, the second he sees it come to life. He's ill about it. But the remorse and the overwhelming fear only happen after he sees the devastation. So this is comparable to some people realizing that the unbridled growth of feminist ideas cause social disintegration and the decline of traditional values, and some could argue any values whatsoever. Victor's eventual fixation on destroying his invention is a reflection of society's natural attempt, sometimes with equally damaging outcomes, to control or undo the progress made by feminists. In the words of one of my favorite movies, the way forward is sometimes the way back. Points if you know what that's from. So my view revolves around the idea of accountability and consequences. So just as a society that does not thoroughly study the implications of feminist reforms may face unforeseen obstacles, extensive suffering results from Victor's failure to accept responsibility for his creation. extreme views, whether feminist or not, can lead to loneliness, as the monster's need for company and final loneliness demonstrate. He ends up kind of sequestering himself off in freezing environments that normal humans, cannot withstand. So, in this sense, Frankenstein is a warning about the disaster that feminism may bring to society if it's not just handled. They might have had the best of intentions. Enlightened man Victor Frankenstein and enlightened men of the past build a creature that represents unbridled feminism and ultimately brings about societal destruction. So, whatever we can say about the requirements of progress, according to my perspective, it must be made with a thorough awareness of the possible outcomes and a dedication to reducing any bad effects, which it hasn't at all. I think it's possible and probable that Mary Shelley's own feelings and experiences shaped this. From an early age, she was surrounded by progressive values since she was raised by radical feminists. Her mom died at a young age. Her dad was considered a radical feminist, like the hippie of the age. He was very laissez-faire, open sexually in front of his daughters. A gypsy kind of mentality. They traveled all over. And that's how she grew up. And that can be very damaging to a young brain, as we see today and also back then. But she also suffered severe grief and remorse, hail shifty, throughout her life, just like Victor. Shelley was profoundly impacted by the suicide of her lover, who would eventually be her husband, Percy Shelley's pregnant first wife, Harriet. I think her name was Harriet. Basically, she met Percy Shelley on one of her feminist dad's little jaunts around the country, peddling feminism, and they fell in love right away. She was underage. He was already married with children. He basically abandoned his wife, who was pregnant, so that he could go on with, I think, a 16-year-old Mary Shelley. I think she was 16 or 17. I know times were different then, but that's just how it was. So after I'm sure his wife found out, she killed herself, and then they discovered that she was pregnant. And that really bothered Mary Shelley quite a lot. She had a lot of blame for herself. Then also, she suffered, I think, one miscarriage, but also she had 2 infants die very early. I don't remember what they died of, but that is what happened. And as promoted by the feminists who reared her, Shelley may have begun to consider the repercussions of questioning established social and gender conventions as a result of these tragedies. She blamed herself. It's never easy. So I think, but she was surrounded, her family and friends were all these feminists, and, it's quite possible that she was confused about her feelings too, but I would like to believe she was a little smarter than that. However, I recently reread Frankenstein with my kid, and it struck me just how small her vocabulary was. And to the point where some of her words started annoying me because she said them a lot. I don't know if that means anything, but that was so weird. I bet I could open literally any page. Yeah, countenance. She says countenance a lot. And every time I said it, it started driving me crazy. It's like every other page. Maybe every page. But anyway, maybe it was just she wanted to be more fancy. What's up, Dark Gift? Sounds like the co-star of Ariana Grande who left his wife and newborn child to be with her. Okay, I don't know anything about that. Yeah, so by writing Frankenstein, I think she was sharing her regrets and anxieties, while covertly cautioning future generations about the perils of unbridled feminist ideology. I'm 100% implying that her sorrow and her guilt are entwined with the story, and her personal background gives the book more depth, because the story of Frankenstein is usually, her and her husband and a group of friends dared each other or challenged each other to write scary stories. But I mean, everyone has, every writer has inspiration. And I think this was hers. I think that serves as a more moving illustration of an intricate relationship between the literary production. And I kind of thought this before I knew so much about her past. Because when you read it, it really shows that. In a similar way to my other video, and if you're interested in this kind of stuff, go check out my video on why Sweeney Todd is actually another warning allegory against feminism, and how it completely destroys society and families at large. Like, everything in Victor Frankenstein's life is utterly demolished by the monster, who is silver-tongued. He's not the walking creature that's like kind of stupid and afraid of fire. He's not that in the book. He's very well spoken. He can read. I think he speaks at least 2 languages, actually, because he starts with French. I think maybe 3. I'm not sure. Because I think Victor Frankenstein himself was Swiss. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. But yeah, so basically everything in his life is totally ruined. And it's the same with society. Everything in society is completely upended by feminism. It kills little children, just as the monster kills his little brother. Hey Billy. It kills the women who watch the children, just as their family friend who was supposed to be watching his little brother is killed. And the interesting thing about that is I don't think it's ever been, well, it's not been in any Frankenstein that I know of. This girl who was killed is actually framed by the monster. And he knows, Victor Frankenstein knows that she has been framed, but there's nothing he can do. And so many people go to her defense. And in a way, she could represent the woman, like, who still wants to remain traditional and has a sense of duty, but she is just caught up in this thing she has no ability to prepare herself against. And that's kind of why I talk about it, is because I believe that we need to have the ability to fight against other women about this. So yeah, because she ends up, they hang her for this murder that she didn't commit. And I think that's reflective of society, because women who are anti-feminist, but maybe don't, or even women who don't know about feminism, they don't know because maybe they don't see it. They're not up on internet culture because it's talked about a lot on the internet. They're kind of completely caught in the crosshair of this thing that they don't even know, and it just steamrolls right over them. And then there's the older generation, Victor's father and mother, who are just confused. They don't understand, like his father doesn't understand why his son is so sad. He doesn't understand why the children were killed, like just totally caught off guard and at a loss. And so they die sad. Like the old people die sad. And it doesn't matter where he tries to go. Victor Frankenstein, he tries to run away from it. He begs people not to talk about it. And in the end, his only recourse can be trying to find it and destroy it, but that ends up killing him too. And I recently was watching something about this philosopher who was actually hung by the Nazis, who wrote a very powerful treatise against stupidity and the power of stupidity. And I think he said something about how we are powerless to defend against stupidity. And that's what feminism is. It's stupidity disguised in empathy, I think. Because the argument is always, well, we want everyone to be comfortable and safe and happy. And it's like, you dig a little deeper and that's not true or real. But I do believe that, especially in first wave feminism, I do believe some of them had good intentions, which is not an excuse, but it is an explanation. So yeah, next time you read Frankenstein, think about it in that purview. I think, the more that I read it, the more that I think that it's true. That she was working through some darkness, feelings about losing her children and the future of the world, in a world where men are not only are men sort of oppressed, but some men, especially feminist men specifically, are given license to hurt women. Because that's what feminism breeds. It breeds a slave class. It ruins the family. It ruins the economy. It ruins the beginning and end of relationships. It's just all bad all around. And I'm not even, there are some people who are like, oh, I like first wave, I like second wave. No, 0 waves. I don't want any of the waves. I would vote my ability to vote away if it meant making every other woman unable to vote. Absolutely. I don't know what would need to happen, but some law that actually made it, more difficult to hire women, I would actually vote for that too, because it just creates another slave class, which has totally decimated the economy and relationships. So, yeah, I think that's about it. It's not a very deep concept, but I think I've made my case. Somebody was writing. Let me see. Don't talk about me like that. I'm trying to get my shit together. Okay. Billy Stein, great-grandson of Frankenstein. Okay. I have an actress friend who just got a role in the vampire show The Black Dagger Brotherhood. I've never even heard of that. Is it good? The villagers attacking the Frankenstein estate with torches and pitchforks is a metaphor for Mary's own home-wrecking waves. That doesn't happen in the book. That's just a movie thing. And I'm not sure why they did that, other than maybe they just wanted the monster thing to be more monstrous. I don't know. But that doesn't happen in the book. As it pertains to feminism, empathy and stupidity are just... Mo, you almost got me. Tisk tisk. I gotta read all of Mo's chats every time he chats. I gotta read it first. Send Darkif the link. I want to know if this is why he used to ban female voices from his channel. That doesn't sound like him. Speaking of which, though, on Wednesday, we will do a quick stream looking at Season 3 of Interview with the Gay-Ass Vampire. And poor Anthony. Everyone feels sorry for him. Because it's bad. It's not good. Yikes. He already streamed, it's fine. And I didn't want this to be a long stream anyway. I tried to join the male feminist group Antifa. They turned me down, saying I had too much chest hair. Yeah, that sounds right. I know it's just a movie thing. You think she was writing metaphors against herself? That level of accountability? I don't think that she would have thought of it as against herself. I think it was more her way of kind of working through all of the conflicting emotions she must have been having about it, because, on the one hand, she's happy because she's found love or whatever, but on the other hand, she has ripped apart an entire family and indirectly deprived a bunch of kids. I think they had 3 other kids of their mother. And killed a baby indirectly. So that probably didn't feel very good. And my bet is that Percy Shelley didn't help with that much. My bet is that he didn't care much, because the kind of man who would leave that situation, leave his duty, leave his obligations, leave the family that he had created for a young girl who was vulnerable and much more open due to her father's openness and way that she was raised, was kind of probably a piece of shit, honestly. I don't think it was accountability. I think it was more her therapy, kind of like we're reading therapy. I heard someone say there are 2 people who ruin the world: Karens and incels. Unpopular opinion, I don't hate some Karens. I think the world needs some Karens. Incels aren't that bad. It depends. It really depends. Yay, gay vampire show, right? Are there any podcasts with handsome hosts you would recommend to your viewers who are concerned about feminism? No. Because there's only one guy I know that's handsome, and it's my husband, so... But I have been on this dude Theo Snodgrass's show talking about feminism and how much it sucks, so you should go check that out. I have some long-winded and incredibly clever, retarded, but great things to say on his show, and sometimes he'll like make a joke or whatever. They made a 3rd season. Sweetheart, they have this green lit for 2 more seasons. I know. Just like Rings of Power plus Privilege was greenlit right away for 5 seasons up front. So now they're trapped. They want to do Interview with the Vampire all the way through Queen of the Damned and Lestat. I think the 3rd season will be their last because I think it's just gonna be so bad. Like, the music is really bad even. It's not good. SP, what's up? Shifty's new alt, Theo Snodgrass, is cracking me up. Theo, are you actually Shifty? That would be crazy. That Mo, what a character. Gotta crash. Peace out, Anthony. Everybody, I don't know whose channel we'll be on, but look out on Wednesday on one of our channels because I'm going to be torturing poor Anthony with the music for the 3rd season because they are doing the Vampire Lestat / Queen of the Damned, in which Lestat sings, so hooray for that. And they have made him like real gay. Which is a shame because he was supposed to be like Jim Morrison, but instead they've gone full like, I don't know, Iggy Pop, David Bowie, but like not good. So bad, you guys. I laugh because that's the only thing I can do through the pain. It's like seeing a dumpster fire turn into a nuclear meltdown. Yeah. Anthony loves gay vampire shows. True. Have you seen Poor Things? Boy, I bet you'd have thoughts about it given where it goes and its ties to Frankenstein. I don't even know what that is. I don't think I've ever heard of it. Is it worth looking at? No! SP, thank you for sharing his channel. Go check him out. Legitimately, like, he is funny. Sometimes. Wow, they must love burning money. I think part of me thinks that a lot of these crappy shows are literally just money laundering. That's the only thing I can think. Because there's so many of them, and they're all so bad, and they receive such backlash. It's gotta be a producer's thing. Right? Like, there has to be... I never fully understood the producer's math, but, you know, in the producer's musical / movie, the thing is that, like, these Broadway producers figure out that making a flop will be more lucrative than making a successful show. And so they endeavor to make a flop. But the problem is it ends up being not a flop, so they get in trouble. Part of me wonders if everything that is bad now is just the producer situation. I don't know. That's a whole other thing. Rings of Power plus Privilege and Interview with the Gay Vampire? Which one of y'all gonna fuck the stockholders, right? You can take bets on which is gonna be worse, or which is gonna mess with people more, but I think probably it'll be Rings of Power plus Privilege because that has more fans. Like, the Lord of the Rings has more fans. Dark Gifts channel, yep, David Bowie, but not good. So 80s David Bowie beside Labyrinth, sure. The writer of Poor Things is now writing Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie that is never happening. You know what is a shame? Taika Waititi is a shame. Because I have seen some Taika Waititi that's really good. Like, I didn't even hate whatever was the first Thor movie that he made, I think. Did he make it or was he just in it? He was that weird rock guy in the first one, and he made me laugh, and I didn't even know who he was. I was just like, that guy's real funny. And then I saw Jojo Rabbit, and I was like, this movie is amazing. It was beautiful. It made me cry. It was funny, like, multi-layered. Very good. I think he was also in... Is that Ryan Reynolds movie where he's a video game NPC? I forget, but that was really good. But then he does other things that we shall not name that are just garbage. I don't get it. Bunnicula was a work of literature genius when compared with the Interview with the Vampire series. I freaking love Bunnicula. It's the Emma Stone movie. There's a lot of Emma Stone movies. I like The Help. I like The Easy A. I like Zombieland. I don't know. I read upwards of 2 Bunnicula books as a kid. Bunnicula was so funny. I have a book that I read to my kid that was called Pigula. And it's about like a vampire pig. It was so stupid, but we got it for free at the library. And she liked it. They should pay them not to make it, for sure. I think when it comes to TV executives, one can never underestimate their intelligence enough. Yeah, maybe. She's a grown woman with the mind of a baby created by a character who is basically Frankenstein's monster. Oh. Huh. That sounds not good. Feminism the movie, but Shifty says it's good. Funny, pretty dirty. Shifty loves Tycho. Well, Shifty has bad takes all the time. He made the last 2 Thors. Okay, well, the first one he made, I didn't not like. But the last one, I did not like at all. Eagle versus Shark. I can't remember if it was a T-Bone Stiak. Okay. Well, I'm all caught up in the chat. That's basically all I wanted to talk about. I didn't even get to use most of my media assets. What am I going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I used one. Aren't I clever?
Ha! No.
Jeez, me. I'm so ridiculous. Bring back game over. To bring back game over, someone would have to talk to Wolvo. That's all I'm gonna say. Did you visit Frege? I've seen Frege a few times. We went to his house. We hung out. He gifted Dean some art supplies, which was cool. This like badass sketchbook. That's like a special Frege sketchbook. Really nice pens. Like he's a very nice dude. Him and his family are very nice. Very welcoming to us. What's that bald man singing about? He's singing, just walk away. Bring back game over. Well, talk to Wolvo. The first one was directed by Kenneth Branagh, who played Victor Frankenstein. Really? I did not know. Well, I liked that one. I thought it was funny. That was the one that had Jeff Goldblum in it. That was really funny. Has Dean let you wear his $200 alien shoes? He did not bring them. Are they $200? You guys aren't supposed to tell me how much money he spent. Do game over without Wolvo, but send him the link just in case. Then make the game you are playing that week City of Heroes. There was... Dean wanted to start having me play games and like seeing if I could play them. Maybe that'll be the new game over. Guys, don't tell me! Then once you join the panel, pick a good game. Okay. See, the thing is, like, my computer won't run most stuff, so I don't know. You and Dean need to at least stream together. We miss y'all. Well, send Dean some money, because I think he needs a new camera or something. Keep drawing. Yeah, so I'll be doing world building streams where I talk about Rotting Crown and work on drawing just various stuff because I'm trying to learn how to draw and do some art stuff. I fail more often than not, but I feel like I have some good stuff now. I think I would like to try inking, but only if it's good pencils. If it's Dean's pencils, I think I could ink them. We as in me. Hail, Mo. Oh, new microphone. Well, either way, send Dean money. Go, become members on his channel so that he can get a microphone. And whatever else that he needs. I don't know. Anyway. LOL Rumble. I used to hang with Fragga, Tony Danza, and Frankie Avalon on Santa Monica Boulevard. That could be true. Only I don't know when Frankie Avalon died. Or if he's dead. Is Tony Danza still alive? Now I'm all confused. This keyboard is too small for my hands. Laptop. Well, Felix, and everyone, all 11 of you who have stuck through this rambling, thank you very much for hanging out. Wednesday, I'll be on with Anthony to torture him. Oh, I almost forgot. Tomorrow, I'll be having world building with another writer to talk about her book and then give like a world building lesson. That'll be on my channel and it'll be similar to the old format where I have a presentation. So hold me closer, Tony Danza. The best curse is the meme ill curse. Are you gatekeeping Rainy? No. She's gatekeeping herself. She's quite capable. This is just going in a new direction. So, but I still want to do it, no matter what, because I like doing it and it's fun. So what I've decided is I'll have people come on and we will talk about that and I'll do some more tutorial type stuff. I feel like there was something else, but I can't remember. Anyway, check out all my links, like, subscribe, all the stuff that you guys know. But please, most of all, share. Sharing is caring, but sharing is also free. The only reason I'm here is because of viewers like you. Thank you. I don't know why I said that in a weird way. Hail all, good night all. Hopefully this show was not...
Oh my god, that's so much ass.
Meh. No, I think it was okay. Was it okay, guys? I think it was okay.
Damn, bro, you got the whole squad laughing.
I know, I'm very funny. Thank you, bros. Keep going, Allie. We miss you. The rap outro.
Quit playing games with my heart.
That one? Just kidding.
You have no power over me.
Nah. I like you, chat. You're Grace. Great. I've sat through worse, says Mo. Anywho, good night, everyone. You're awesome. Thank you very much. I have to update the rap outro because I deleted my website. I'm redoing stuff. I'm just using Ko-Fi or Coffee or whatever it's called now. But until then, I will play the rap outro. But first, I'll play this.
All that I ask is love. All that I want is you. And I swear by all the stars I'll be forever true.
How many MCs are coming out real? Like you been to hold me, I'ma check my feel. You claim to be a genius, man, you can't fight it. You might flip a script, but you know you didn't write it. I'm coming up at you really old school like Houdini. The ibbity-bibbity bop, I boom boom like Mancini. Feed me, hip-hop, exotic like Kiwi. I got more power than the Rangers on the TV. Jumping on the track, spinning to it, then I dismount. My styles are more free than the 5-finger discount. Lift me in your mind and pass me the brain shovel. I'm thinking, baby, all my mentals into your level with the boom boom bitty-bitty bop to the bang. If you swing your thing with the gang, you can hang. Come and ride with me and the nocturnal crew. To the old school for the deja vu. I whip a track in hands with more jazz in Utah. Deeper like a tuba, dive into it like a scuba. After my style change, game will remain. Rhyming to the day I nick Big Daddy's cane. I'm sick of New Jacks trying to compete. I go put on my Pumas and watch Beat Street. But I'ma let them know cause my soul's full of mischief. Even your moms will say, damn, the kid's sweet. A lot of rappers coming out harder than rugby. That's cool as long as you respect BDP and W. Don't demand respect and forget you gotta earn it.